Hello, my name is Lincoln Gergar, and I'm a channel for the higher self-consciousness. Thank you for this opportunity to channel for you all today. I hope that you are able to experience the energy that comes through me, as well as receive the information that's being communicated. For this channeling, I've been asked to speak upon a topic that's relevant to all of us. This topic asks the higher self how we can increase our ability to communicate with extraterrestrials in dimensions similar to Earth and also dimensions beyond the Earth vibration, and how this communication with non-physical beings and extraterrestrial beings can help us in the current global awakening process that's happening with mankind. In the beginning of the channeling, often the higher self guides you in a short meditation, and this is to help you to connect more fully to your spiritual heart. The spiritual heart is the deepest energy center within the human being. The spiritual heart is the energy that creates the human aura. It's where our greater consciousness first shines into this human reality. So in the short meditation at the beginning of the channeling, you're guided to connect to your heart and to experience more of your own eternal state of consciousness. And then while in that state, the higher self speaks to you. By connecting first into your spiritual heart, you're able to better receive the energy that the higher self is also communicating. We live in a multidimensional reality, and by shifting our vibration, we can open ourselves to these other dimensions. This is a key principle of the higher self teachings, and of course also something I'm sure you are well aware of in your own lives. I hope that you enjoy this channeling. I hope that you find it interesting as well as entertaining, and I hope that you find that the energy supports you. I'll now begin channeling for you all. Dear one, close your eyes. Feel the center of your chest. Be at peace. Relax into yourself. Relax into the feeling of your heart. Relax into the radiant light you are. Here, dear ones, at the center of yourselves, you experience the shining light of your consciousness. By feeling your heart, you return to your original understanding that you brought with yourself when shining into this human reality. Feel your heart and connect with yourself. Remember who you are as a feeling of light, as a silent knowing of your truth. You, dear one, are the radiance. You are the expression of creation. You are the power of love. Feel this sacred center, allowing it to expand inside of your body, allowing it to expand inside of your aura. Feel yourself as this radiant light shining into this moment. You, dear ones, are multidimensional consciousness. And as you adjust the location from which you perceive yourself looking into life, you will discover different aspects of your own being. Oftentimes in the waking world, we position ourselves in the physical body, in the physical brain. And we're constantly observing through the five senses, and we're constantly using the story of our mind's memory to experience this present moment. We can learn to adjust the location from which we perceive into reality, and in doing so, open ourselves up to different dimensional states. You see, you are a multidimensional being. It's not something you become. You are existing in many dimensions right now. That is the beauty of this human experience. Along the journey of awakening, we realize that we exist in multiple dimensions. We begin to understand the quality of our emotions and the difference between our personal thoughts and the thoughts that we receive from others, the intuitive communication we receive from our inner selves, and also the telepathic messages we often receive from our guides, from extraterrestrials, and from beings in other dimensions. When we position ourselves only in the body and in the brain, we limit our perception of what else is occurring within the present moment. For those of you who have already awakened to multidimensional communication, you realize how easy it is, how it was always happening. You just didn't understand it. It was always right there, appearing within you. You just didn't understand the difference between the personal self and the multidimensional self, between your understanding and the understanding being given to you from other beings of consciousness. We're sharing this right now to open up the understanding of how easy it is to receive non-physical communication. For some of you, dear ones, you emphasize the tools of the external world. Some of you emphasize tools made of electronics and such. But we forget that every tool that the human hands creates comes from an understanding of the human mind, which means the human mind is already capable of anything a human invention can perform. We look at our communication devices, whether in this world or broadcasting beyond this world, and we realize that they are just a physical demonstration of the telepathic ability already existing inside ourselves. Now, the problem is human beings don't believe they have telepathic ability, and this limits them from understanding the telepathic communication that's already been occurring. We must emphasize this. You are all already receiving messages. The simple fact that you are interested in extraterrestrial communication arises because you've already been having extraterrestrial communication. Many of you just have difficulty believing it. Many of you are still confusing your own personal mind's thoughts with the telepathic information delivered from other beings, of other races, of other planets, of other dimensions. Your brain, dear one, is a multi-dimensional receiver station. And your consciousness is already connected to all of life, so your human brain can hear the messages coming from all around you. So the first thing we want to teach you, dear ones, is to start accepting that you are a multidimensional being and that multidimensional communication has already been here. Start accepting that your interests in life are arising because you've already been having the experiences. You're just wanting more of them. You're just wanting to understand them. Because we are identified as being the physical body, sometimes we need to create physical devices that offer proof and evidence of things we already know inside. And that's okay, that's all right. We're here to create into this physical reality to expand ourselves as beings. There's a great awakening happening within this world as all of mankind remembers their multidimensional nature. And this understanding has existed upon this planet for thousands, tens of thousands of years of time. So many teachings about non-physical beings, about angels and higher dimensional communication, about extraterrestrials who have taught us how to farm the land, who have taught us the science of the stars we call astrology. We have constantly been in communication with these greater beings of light, and the doorway, dear one, is in your own mind. So we'd like to guide you now on a simple practice that you can use to open your perception into the non-physical reality where you can experience many of these beings that you desire to know. Yes, they lower their vibration in ships of light to come into the physical world, but understand, dear one, that you can reach them in their own vibration. They need not lower their vibration to meet you when you can raise your vibration to meet them. And many of these beings that you consider working with human race, they're just a few octaves of vibration above where the human race is at this time. So they're easy to connect with. So what we're going to do, dear ones, is first raise our own vibration, and then we're going to open up this telepathic center, this mind's eye center, where we can perceive into the non-physical, where we can receive communication, whether it be visions of light or sounds that we hear, or even a feeling of knowing. So let us first raise our vibrations together. And by doing this in a group, we'll all be supporting one another. So feel your heart. Feel yourself as this empowered being, this creator at the center of your life. Feel your love of life, because that awakens your creative energy. The more you love life, the more you wish to express into life. The more you wish to interact with life. The more you love life, the more unity you experience as your consciousness expands in the forms. So feel your heart and feel your love of life. And feel your heart's energy growing inside of you. You are like a ball of light turning brighter and brighter. Feel this sacred love amplifying inside of you. Your love, dear one, is the power of creation. And your love will create this communication with the beings you wish to interact. So feel your love. Feel your heart shine. And then, dear ones, feel the top of your forehead while also feeling your heart. And feel like you're looking up with your mind's eye into the heavens, into the stars. Feel like your consciousness is reaching up with the power of your heart shining. You are broadcasting your vibration, your signature up into the space beyond this world. You're broadcasting your energy through the dimensions. You're shining yourself. Feel yourself looking up. And while in this expanded state, then, dear ones, place your request of whom you'd like to interact with. and just say it in your mind. I would like to communicate with, and fill it in. And then, dear ones, speak through this channel. Announce yourself, and then request communication to be received. And now ask to receive the communication that has been prepared for you in this moment. Now, dear ones, while feeling this channel, give gratitude and thanks to the beings that you are communicating with. State to them that you would like to continue this communication tonight while you sleep. Ask them to support you, expanding your consciousness beyond your body while you sleep tonight. Feel your heart and the love that you have for these beings supporting you. Feel your gratitude as you shine your energy. And now, dear ones, bring your awareness back into your body, back into your heart. You can recall back this channel beaming up by bringing it back into your body, feeling yourself drawing it back inward. And feel your heart and feel yourself in this physical reality. The biggest block we have to interdimensional communication is the belief that we can't do it. You already have all the doorways you need in your body and mind to communicate with beings outside of this earth. You already are a multidimensional form, and the biggest block you have is not believing it. This is the awakening. We're beginning to understand who we are in a greater way, and through that understanding we will speak different and act different. We will form different structures in society. There's an awakening process happening right now in which we realize we are all multidimensional beings. Many of you talk, dear one, about public knowledge being made about the extraterrestrials working with us. This is happening. And every one of you who is sharing your voice, every one of you who is sharing your experience, you are the ones making this known. Oftentimes, we don't see ourselves as people of authority. Oftentimes, we believe that others have more power than ourselves, and so some of us are waiting for others to confirm the experience that we know is true. But you're at the center of your reality. You're the one who will be living by the guidance you receive. Your personal experience is the most important thing you have. Too often humanity disempowers themselves and relies upon the words, opinions, and experiences of others. Too often we wait for others to lead the way because we don't believe that we have that ability. Now's the time, dear one, where you're all understanding who you are as remarkable creators, as infinite power shining into this finite world. You, dear one, are the emergence. Your soul, your eternal consciousness, call it what you will, that is what's expanding in this human reality, and with it, it brings multidimensional interaction. Because the body, dear one, is just a vehicle. Your consciousness is beyond this world. Just like, dear one, the extraterrestrials, they put themselves in a vehicle, sometimes even a vehicle surrounding their own form to adjust their vibration into this human reality. You have chosen a body that adjusts your vibration to participate upon this planet. Your consciousness has changed itself to participate here. And by you expanding your awareness into the consciousness that you are, you can realize your multidimensional existence that has always been occurring. This is the awakening that we perceive happening. And yes, of course, it expands into the physical world because we are here in this world to create change upon this earth. We wanted, dear one, to guide you in an experience because your own personal experience is that which holds the most value. There are many people sharing messages, and they are all beautiful and they are all supportive because the experiences we observe in others are helping ourselves acknowledge our potential. The experiences of others are opening us to the possibilities in our own realities. And as we gather enough information, we will build enough confidence that I can join in these expanded states myself. We wanted to support you going into your own expanded state. So extraterrestrial communication is not something you just read from others, but also, dear one, something that you experience inside yourselves. Now, some of you may question, how do I know if it's my voice or the voice of another being? How do I know if my mind is just not imagining it? And what we say, dear one, is look at the nature of the communication. When you expand yourself beyond the body, you're already leaving the story of your thought, so the communication will appear different. And if you have enough communication, you'll realize that you're being told things that you've never heard before. So they cannot possibly be coming out of your mind's memory. The more you participate in this way, the more detail you will perceive in the communication as it's occurring, and then you'll be able to trust your experience more. Use this practice, dear ones. Use the recording for the energetic support it offers. We want you all to awaken your perception into the non-physical reality that you exist. The biggest block we have is not believing in ourselves, not believing in our human potential, and not believing in our intergalactic potential. So trust, believe, feel your heart and expand it into your life. And truly, dear ones, give yourselves permission to shine. We thank you for joining with us. We hope that our information, our vibration, and the practice supports you. We wish you all, dear one, your heart's desire fulfilled in your realities, because that is why we come here. We all come here to shine ourselves, to share our design with eternity. So make your life, dear one, a shining example of what you find in your hearts. Namaste.